Time for episode 6 of our playthrough of Downfall, Conquest of the Third Reich. So last time we had a little action in Africa between the British and the Africa Corps, just kind of a little skirmish. Not a whole lot going on there, but now it is time for the OKH, aka the Germans of the Eastern Front. And you can see the marker up here. Next will be the Russians, or the Soviets. But I can kind of push them a little bit, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to do that by playing wolf packs. Now I'm going to choose this option here. If the Axis control Bergen, Norway, the Soviet faction loses initiative equal to a die roll. Let us do that. 5. Ooh, that's a good roll. So, 5, 36 to 41. And that's going to give breathing room for him and him. Now we get to... OKH get to choose their order. Well, we're in a kind of tight spot. There's only one order we can take, and that's this one. Now, this one, you know, they have two sides, but we have already played a material shortage. Well, the start of the game already assumes you've played this somewhere, so he can't pick that one. This is literally the only one we can, and unfortunately, this is an all-attack order. There's really no place over there on the Eastern Front that I can safely attack, so we're not going to do it. Instead, we're just going to bank this card. We're going to put it in our planning box for an initiative of 1. If we go back to our initiative track, this will hop on top of the Western, and now it's going to become the Western's initiative. And as usual, our orders will slide down here, and we're going to put a new one in here. What do we have? Oh, Soviets are going to be able to move, unless I might have a plan for that. I want to press my attack in Africa still, because we can, and we're going to take advantage of that every time. Now you'll notice that these two are ahead of this one, so this is actually going to cost, this normally costs 9 initiative, it's going to cost us 11. I don't mind. So here, 9 initiative, but costing a total of 11, we'll put it at the 47 mark. Alright, 8th British is out for blood. 4, no flankers. 5 for armor in fair. Western unit for 6. Germans. 2 plus 3 for being German. There's no terrain bonus, and we're like last time, this is going to be column 3. Last time I forgot the dice rolls. Both the OKW and the Westerners have event card bonuses, so it's a wash. The only thing that factors is air superiority right here, so this will be +2. So this is actually the mistake I made last time. It is column 3 at a +2 die roll. 8. That might be pretty good on the 3 column. 8 is 0 to us. Excellent. 2 to the Germans. They must take a damage, and they're down to 1. They can retreat, however. They're going to go into Tripoli, and the 8th British will come right up to them. Although we're now out of we're out of our air superiority range. Well, that stinks. And we do get movement with that order after the attacks. I'm not going to do any more attacks, but I am going to kind of correct this mistake I made here. I can't supply this guy, so I'm going to come here. And hopefully we can get some supply to him and get him rolling. So we're back to the OKH, and we're going to see if they even are going to have an order this time on the board. I'm doing a little draw cup. And we pull up. No, another Soviet order. Well, we do have a order in the planning box for the OKH. However, because we have the option. Now, if we didn't have anything in the planning box, it would be mandatory. But we have the option of spending 3 initiative and reseeding all these orders. So we're just going to sweep them up and draw the whole lot again. And that's exactly what we're going to do. So we pull them all off into the draw cup. Give them a good shuffle. And we're going to lay them all out again. Feel free to fast forward to this process if you don't want to watch them. Soviet attack. Western deploy with some Navy on it. Oh, that'd be interesting. Here we go. There's something that OKH can use. Soviet redeployment. Don't like seeing those for them. And a OKW redeployment and attack. Weird OKW attack. OKW headquarters order. The OKH has already used that, so that'll definitely be on that side if it gets taken. Recruit or mechanize for the Soviets. They've already done the recruit. No, they can do one more. And partisan warfare for the Westerners. And finally, deploy attack for the Soviets. Well, our situation has not improved. We'll take this. Goes here for 10 initiative. So we'll go from 36 to 46. But frankly, until the OKH gets some kind of reinforcements, a few more units, we are really in a kind of running, desperately trying to hold on to the southern end of this front. I think we're gonna just readjust a little. I'll start him there and move him there, beef up that unit there, and let the Russians come to us. I don't really see anywhere else I can do this. There's no way around it. They're really on their back foot after those devastating rounds from the Soviets. So that's what it is. Okay, I've made another mistake with these event cards and the die roll bonuses with them. I'm not reading it correctly. I said this was a wash. It's not a wash. See, when hold on, let me let that motorcycle go by. When this is a Western roll, and this adds 1 to the Western roll. It's not a German roll. It's only if the Germans are rolling with this count. So if we go back to that chart, we didn't roll an 8, we rolled a 7. And so the 8th British does take a hit. Nothing changes for the Africa Corps. So, like so. And that makes a difference, and we'll see why here. It matters because it is the OKW's turn. First, we need to do a little weather adjustment. And that's a 10. No way it's moving 10 though. Instead, it's going to move to, come here, you. Oh boy. Right there. It matters because I was thinking of using an order, which I have, to make the Africa Corps run away from this 8th British. But now, because this doesn't have armor, it's going to be a weaker attack. Furthermore, well, first of all, let's see what shakes out in the order track. See, all I got is running in operation. I mean, I can really use some reinforcements. And no, not that case, but consider this. When I choose an order, it is likely that the OKW is going to pass their event trigger. And the next event is High Command, which is going to freshen up the Italian Navy. They're going to be non-interdicted. We would be able to reinforce a little better. Maybe we get a decent card. So let's see what we can do. So I'm going to take this 3-attack order, but we're going to use it on its strategic warfare side. And so we haven't shown you this. I haven't shown this yet. It is a little expensive. It's 18, cost 18, and well, 19 because I pulled it out of order. I think I like that one, using that one more, so 19's okay. Yeah, it's a little expensive. Going all the way up to 58 is going to allow the Westerners an activation, which may end up biting us in the butt later, but I don't see any around it, and I'm just unwilling to just give up Tripoli. So we're going to take a chance there. Whoops, I need to remember to flip this because it is a pending event. We need to know we are switching out the event. There's like this little chart on the Siege of Malta here. It's a ~5. It's like, what? Approximately 5? What? No, it's divide by 5. And which is an annoying number. Fortunately, they put it on a chart. And the long and short of it is if I roll at least a 5, that's going to move the marker up 1. If I'm able to roll a 10, that's going to move it up 2 markers. And we do have an event card bonus on this of +1. So here we go. 11. Oh, that's big news right there. Okay, we did it. Naturally. Now, so instead of moving up just 1, this Western advantage, it goes 1, 2, and now it's an Axis advantage. Well, an Axis advantage. So they control the Siege of Malta at this time. And moreover, because it passed this line here, this fleet becomes active. And I'm going to put it right there. And now when High Command rolls around, we're going to get to uninterdict that ship, and we're going to have a full fleet here that can kind of semi-compete with these guys. It might be in my advantage to move them over, but we'll see. Now to resolve the events. This goes over here. None of the air superiority is going to change, but it is time for High Command. And just follow all these steps. Ready all interdicted subs and fleet, and I already showed you the one. We only had one that was interdicted. It was an Italian. We uninterdict him. Deploy pending fleets. We do have one. So this fleet here will deploy into the North Atlantic Ocean. And we have got a big advantage over the submarines now. And we upgrade pending guard units. And let's show you what that is. Which basically amounts is I'm going to turn one of my regular units into an elite unit. And for instance, and doesn't really matter. I think I'm just going to do this one. And that's it. It gains a star essentially. There's only one new pending unit, and that is that one. I go in the Soviets pending box to be recruited later. We haven't seen any real recruit actions lately. And the final act of High Command is that factions may flip their fortress units to fort troops. Fortresses are very strong, but they're immovable. They supply themselves, but we can flip them over, and now they can move. Fort troops, and that it's no longer a fortress, it's fort troops. I don't think the Germans are ever going to be in a position to threaten Moscow again. So we can go that and move them, and hopefully find a better use for them. And now we get to look at our new card. United Nations. Well, the OKW is hoping for a card. They're not going to get it. In fact, the Americans are going to get a second airplane. Our third airplane, really. And we're going to plop that right there to help with our battles here. There's always a supply check, and it would have had to come through, but once again, the Allies, or the Westerners, outnumber in ships, so it wouldn't cost any initiative to place that. And finally, the Westerners get another card. And we pull up OSS Espionage. When the OKW plays a card, cancel that card's effect. Could be timely. And that will do it. A little still skirmishing in Africa, not a whole lot of action going on, but a lot of things going on, especially the siege of Malta. It took an interesting turn. But when we come back, it's going to be the Soviets' turn. I get the feeling we're going to be pressing their advantage down here in the south. But see you then, and thanks for watching.